So today's the day. When I post this video, it will be the 100th video according to the analytics on YouTube. I looked at when was the first one? When was the first one I made where I said, okay, in my mind, I'm doing 100 of these because that's what it tends to, they recommend before you make any decisions about the channel, specifically whether to go on or the topics, etc. And that was in October of 2024. So we're just a year and 3-4 months past that. I said to myself back then, I will make a decision at that point. We'll see what happens, right? Well, today's the day, and while I make this video, it's more for me, and it's about my milestone. There are some things I think in this last little over a year that apply to anyone, I think, that's in retirement or semi-retirement or thinking about retirement, that, it's the retirement is not the end game. It's not the destination. There's still things to do. And if you've thought about maybe making the best of these final days or doing something finally that, finishing strong, finishing with not, especially when things haven't turned out like you plan, it's about how to finish that I'm going to talk about a little bit today while I celebrate. But I'm going to go head to the celebration that's planned, boomer style, and we'll pick it up there. When I started, I wasn't trying to be famous. I was trying to prove something to myself in my mid-60s and looking for an opportunity to supplement my retirement income, primarily being Social Security. So I needed something more. And YouTube creator is something I found after a lot of research as a viable option for people our age. I thought, I still can learn, I can still build something, put it together, I still create, and what do I have to lose? And of course I was doing this for my grandkids, not because I think, they're watching every episode. As a matter of fact, they're not. But because one day they'll have a record of who I was, what I cared about, what I sounded like, what I was trying to do. I have a video I made about, or that my kids made, my son and daughter-in-law and my daughter and son-in-law, of watching one of my videos, and it was highly entertaining from my perspective because they were sitting there just enthralled, not really understanding the topic I was talking about, but they were really interested because they were just listening to me. And I know that's going to pay off huge in the near and far future of years. Obviously, one of the main goals of committing to 100 videos was ultimately getting monetized on the platform, and that would require 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And I did hit that around month, I think 4 or 5, and that felt huge. It was an accomplishment. I at that point was on cloud 9, thinking, wow, this is going to really work. This is going to be a lot easier than I thought. Even though the day it happened, I was ready to quit because I was trying to hit 500 subscribers, and I got to 499 and had dropped way off back down to 480 something, and then it happened, a viral video. But I'm going to be honest here, the money is not what I thought it could be or had hoped for, and lately it's dropped way off. I understand this to be a normal part, of doing videos, but it's also a very discouraging part. It makes it very difficult to put the energy, both physically and mentally, more importantly, into doing this, because there is no guarantee of a payoff, and what payoff you might get might not really be worth the time, and time is precious at this age. So subscriber growth has slowed as well. But that's the season where a lot of people quit. This challenge. I've hit sort of a plateau. It's a big one, but not much else is happening. And I have just a bigger question on, where to go for the next 100 that I had when I first started. What should I do? It hasn't necessarily clarified. There is a feeling that you get of what's the point. And I sit here at 100 and That's the downside, I feel. But I'm not giving up. Interestingly, there's really two types of people I could categorize many in that watch the channel, watch the videos. One group says, Phil, this is a huge success. Look at what you've built. These are oftentimes other YouTubers, boomer YouTubers, and they're just amazed. And you know, they draw hope that they can repeat in their endeavor what I've been able to do. And then there's the other group that says, what a failure, you know, you're in retirement without a retirement. You're still working at Home Depot and, you know, your videos are boring. Well, there's a point to both of these sides, and there's truth found in both. Or here is the heart of what I want to say today. You know, who defines success except me? And that's really key. And I want to share a little bit more about this to give you hope, whether it be you're trying to supplement your retirement income in choosing whatever that may be to do that. There will be a lot of naysayers out there, and there will be a lot of self-questioning and self-doubt. I know the advice people love to give, you know, I should be saving more, investing more. We should be putting our money into something, even at these later stages, because it's never too late. But you know, I've come to believe that there is a point of no return. It is a little late. I'm not saying saving is bad. Obviously, I think saving should be, and it is, at the forefront of what I'm trying to do. But the bigger question in my mind, and for many of us, is, you know, why am I living life like, you know, there's a lot more of it left? Because the fact absolutely is, we don't necessarily know that. As a matter of fact, I'll be sharing some information in the future about what the actuary tables say about me. And I don't have 15 to 20 years according to the numbers. Again, who knows? But the reality is, time is short. So what good is a long-term investment? I really have to question that. Because I'm and you are just one major health event, you know, away from getting wiped out financially. Anyway. And then maybe the real investment then is some things I've been thinking about more of is, you know, investments in family, in grandkids, in friends, in my health. You know, something that keeps me alive inside as far as activities and goals. What is it that makes me excited, makes me feel value, makes me believe that I'm offering value? It's kind of the old feeling of, you know, invest in the things that matter now. The more over the past year or so in terms of doing YouTube, one of the thoughts I've had about retirement and thinking about retirement and how that looks and how I can make it better, you know, back to that, making it, you know, the best of the way things have turned out, is it kind of can mess with my identity. I've felt that. You know, it can make me or you feel behind, if you know what I mean. It puts a worry in my head that, you know, I'm never going to catch up, or that worse, time's going to run out before I get to do the things I still want to do. That's why I'm celebrating this 100th video. I got to do some things I wanted to do, and that was become a YouTuber. But it's not because it makes me special. It's because it proves something important, which is, thank you so much, I can still accomplish things. To set out and finish the job, so to speak. And I accomplished it. I've made it to this commitment of 100. Let the drinking begin. But every day I get another shot, and that's what I'm celebrating. Another shot. And speaking of shots, let's get on to the celebration. By the way, the celebration has continued. I'm back home wrapping up the editing of this 100th video. There's some problems with it, but anyway, if you're in retirement and you're sitting there thinking your life doesn't look like a success story, or let's just put this, well, there's always some success stories in our lives. But again, if you're sitting there going, I wish my retirement was looked a little differently, you've got time to rewrite it. And that's what I'm doing. Here's the 100. 1971. How apropos. Hey, and if you've been a part or seen any of this journey, I thank you. Appreciate you stopping in and continuing to stop in. Here's my question. Do you want to see another 100? Painful thought, isn't it? Well, if you do, subscribe. Hit it. Come on. Hang around with the boomer. There's more to come. I've got big plans. And leave a comment. What do you want to see in the next 100? And maybe a goal you're chasing now in this season of life.